Joining us now, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Mr. Secretary, it's great to have you on, as it always is. Good to see you.
Morning, Joe.
Lead story, economy showing swagger as tariff fears ebb. This is the Wall Street Journal pointing out that there was quite a bit of angst and hand-wringing back in April. A lot of forecasts that the bottom was going to drop out, and just flatly stated here, and I know it might not be the favorite paper around the White House at this point, but they say, but that did not happen. And the economy is showing swagger now. But, Mr. Secretary, August 1st is a week from Friday, I think. And I think that's on everyone's mind. Any progress that you can report on some of our big trading partners?
Look, Joe, talks are moving along, but the important thing here is the quality of the deal, not the timing of the deals. And President Trump has created maximum leverage, as only he can do. And what we are seeing is like these imbalances built up over 20, 30, 40 years. And we are more concerned with high-quality deals than getting these deals done by August 1st. Our trading partners were told that the rates could boomerang back toward the April 2nd levels. We can continue talking then, but again, we're proceeding apace with the negotiations, but we're not going to rush for the sake of doing deals.
We talked specifically about a couple of the countries we're talking about, and I'll start with the Euro bloc. There was reportedly some messages sent to the EU that tariffs, the president's going to want more. He's going to want more than what the Euros had thought, maybe at 10% and maybe 15% or higher. There's word that they are preparing to retaliate or taking some tough action. But then Commerce Secretary Lutnick yesterday said he still thinks that there's room to maneuver and that there will be a deal. What are you feeling? 50% likely that there will be? I know you don't want to necessarily show the United States as him, but do you expect the deal to be done before August 1st with the Euros, or could it get ugly?
Well, Joe, it doesn't have to get ugly. It's the nature of a negotiation. There's a lot of back and forth. But I will tell you, as you know, I'm not an economist. I'm an economic historian. And that the nature of deals like this is that we are the deficit country. So the surplus country will always feel it more. We have a gigantic trade deficit with the EU. And so with the level of tariffs, it will affect them more. So I would imagine that they would want to negotiate faster. They got out of the blocks in a slow pace. They've become more engaged. But as I've said many times, it's 27 different countries, and then you have the EU sitting up on top. So you have this supranational organization negotiating, and I do think that some of the underlying national governments are frustrated by the pace. But again, it's an EU negotiation, not a country-by-country negotiation.
Trying to handicap Japan, too, after the election over the weekend, Mr. Secretary. On the one hand, some people thought that he was the gentleman that has less, power at this point, that he was a sort of a difficult person to deal with. I thought that might make it more likely that a deal could be done with Japan. But there are others that say that the United States shouldn't be too tough on Japan because we need a stable partner, and they've got plenty of internal issues right now. What's your feeling on the developments of the weekend, how it affects negotiations with Japan?
Well, Joe, I arrived back from Osaka late last night, and I saw Prime Minister Shiba. I saw the trade negotiator Akazawa. We didn't talk about trade. I was there to represent the United States at the International Expo, and I can tell you the U.S. pavilion there is fantastic. So anyone who wants to go over and see it, it's what we used to call the World's Fair. And our our priorities are not the internal workings of the Japanese government. Our priorities are getting the best deal for the American people.